A former senior Lincolnshire police officer has said that the time has come for the financially struggling force to merge with another. Alan Goldsmith was speaking after an independent report questioned Lincolnshire Police's finances as it tries to implement government cuts. Here's our correspondent Paul Murphy.
Lincolnshire Police must balance its books as its budget is cut. At the same time, it's trying to keep bobbies on the beat. That means some tough decisions.
We've got a really tough challenge to take £21 million out of a £120 million budget. But do you know, we've got £18.5 million of that planned and resolved already.
As money-saving options are explored, one former chief officer says it's time to consider merging the force with another.
If savings have to come, and it's quite possible after this tranche of savings there'll be even more demanded, then in my view the only way, if we want to still keep police officers serving the public to the level that they do, which is very high in Lincolnshire, then we have to look at other means, and one way of course is amalgamation.
One money-saving move already made is the outsourcing of back-office duties to the private company G4S, and that's something the force says it could do more of.
I think it's a legitimate way for police forces to look to make savings in back office roles so that they can provide more police officers to frontline roles and to be more visible on the streets.
The force still needs to find £3 million in savings. It's already reduced police officer numbers and has not ruled out doing that again. Paul Murphy, BBC Look North.
Well, the warning yesterday that Lincolnshire Police may not be able to provide an adequate police service because of the budget cuts prompted big response after the programme. Just a few. Ian in Beverley emailed to say anyone with any sense does not want to cut back on your police force. What happens when they are needed? ? They will not be there. Then what do we do? John tweeted saying you can't go on asking 20 police officers to do the work that 40 police officers used to do. It just won't work. And Sue emailed suggesting perhaps it would save money if they amalgamated with another force. Then we could get rid of all the senior officers. Well, joining me on this one is former Yorkshire and Metropolitan Police officer and author Mike Pannett. Mr. Pannett, good evening to you.
Good evening, Peter.
Does Nick Herbert, the policing minister, understand the needs of frontline policing? Because it sounds like the Chief Constable is going to tell him if he doesn't know.
Well, I don't think he does understand, and the other thing I don't think he understands is what a frontline police officer is. You cannot just say we're going to increase the front line. Are we getting rid of all our domestic violence teams, burglary teams, intelligence teams, terrorist teams?
Is it possible for the force to lose £21 million from March of last year to 2015 and policing not be affected?
Peter, in a simple answer, of course it's not. How can you remove £21 million? And I'm hearing, you know, I've listened to both the Chief Constables and in particular Mr Hollis and Mr Rhodes. You cannot save £21 million without that affecting. Now, if they can do that, then there's a job going at Barclays for them at the moment.
G4 are there to the rescue, so they'll have less people on their payroll.
Well, you say G4 to the rescue, and obviously Lincolnshire is being used as a flagship for some other forces to look at. And things do come at a cost.
Well, more than looking at, they're going to do it.
Well, they are absolutely on with it, but it's interesting in the FT the other week that already they're looking at 60 job losses in the G4S in Lincolnshire Police.
You think that both Chief Constables of Humberside and Lincolnshire need to fess up with the public? What do you mean?
Of course they do. Look, the public aren't stupid. The great people of Lincolnshire and Humberside cannot just have the wool pulled over their eyes. You're at a record number of police officers, the lowest ever. They're down to 1,100. They've lost over 100 in Lincolnshire alone. The pressures that's putting on those officers is tremendous, and Humberside's going to lose another 400. Those are significant numbers of the so-called front line.
Above average.
It's actually twice the average. The average is around 10%. They're actually looking in Humberside to get rid of twice that amount, and that is terrifying. And now is the time for the Chief Constables to be standing up and saying enough's enough, because you cannot just keep taking the money. The effects are going to be felt by the public, and they have got a duty to protect the citizens of our region.
Mr. Pannett, thank you very much indeed for coming in. Most grateful.